team partner, Emma Kimmelainen. So they got it sorted. It usually takes at least half an hour to get the gearbox sorted, which they did. He got round, he had to go round on an outlap through the milling area, and he got to the line with about 5 seconds too late on the clock, and they didn't get a time in. But crucially, that was an important test, wasn't it, there at speed, to check that the gearbox is working properly. Shelley, you just couldn't make it up, could you? Every time we seem to go to a round in 2025, we come away from that destination with a different championship leader, and I have a feeling, unfortunately for Brady there, that we're going to have a change in leadership again at the end of the day today.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen probably in the next half an hour. So really, really exciting. Not great for the teams, but for us and the drama, I love it.
Me too, bring it on. We don't want to wish misfortune on anybody, but all we want is the race to go down to the last corner and the championship to go down to the last race. And to be honest, we were trying to do the maths, weren't we, earlier on, and we were reckoning that the only way it could have been actually wrapped up here in Lagos this weekend is for these guys, Brady, to basically win everything, with Rafa being disqualified from everything, and the chances are that's not going to happen. So it's almost certainly now, bearing in mind what's happened, going to go to Miami, and what a finale that is going to be, with, I'm sure, most of, if not all of the celebrity team owners turning up for that one next month. Fingers crossed, though, for Brady and everybody else. We had quite a lot of reliability problems, didn't we, in Monte Carlo last time out. Certainly the water here is a lot calmer than the harbour of Monaco. You've got a lot of big ships and ferries and goodness knows what else. Yachts, of course, the super yachts coming and going. But what a great setting this is. First time we've been to the African continent. We've got Lagos Island just opposite where the Black Diamond Hotel is on Victoria Island, which has very much become the HQ for the event this weekend, and we're in what is the Gulf of Guinea, just around the corner from here in the southern tip of the North Atlantic. It's just another new challenge for everybody, isn't it? And a relatively straightforward course, Shelley, as you said before when we looked at the track map, and it seems to be closing things up a bit, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's a really long sort of straight course with some lovely sweeping corners, so if you can keep that race bird up on the foils, gliding around the corners, not dropping the hull into the water, not losing any speed, we might even see a record lap with the race bird, or record speeds this weekend, which would be a great, really great to happen in Lagos. A lot of the pilots are complaining about the wind picking up. We're not seeing it on our screen, but more than one of them have come in and said it is picking up out there, but I can't say it's actually making it choppy. That water is beautifully calm.
24 kilometers per hour wind speed. Now what's going on here? Is this more drama? Because Alula should be in this race. The clock is counting down. Everybody else getting over towards the milling area, but as you can see, Alula, the first of the 4 teams who should be in this race, are not yet out there. The 6 laps ahead of us. Alula, one of 2 teams, along with Team Miami, who have 2 rookie pilots here in Nigeria for this event. Nerea Marti, who is the Spanish racing driver, she's in the cockpit now. And then later on, Andre Solvang, who is one of the real star performers, you've got to say, the F2 powerboat star, the 21-year-old. But this is a nightmare for Alula at the moment, Shelley. We've only got, what, I'm looking at the clock, 6 minutes now. They've been given a new race start time, so that's good news for Alula. Not great news for everybody else who's waiting out there, but it is good news for Alula. We've just had a message on our timing screen. The start's been delayed until 18 minutes past 5 local time. Incidentally, if you're watching in the UK, we're on exactly the same time zone, which of course is 1 hour ahead of Central Europe. It's 12 minutes past 5 in the evening now. But I just don't know what to expect next here. Every time we see a shot, somebody else has got a problem with their race bird, or the pilots. There's always something going on.
I mean, it's been a tough season. The boats, you know, they have been hammered. They've been through big conditions. They've traveled the world. You know, maybe the boats are just starting to feel a little bit tired now at the end of the season. And we've got a few little gremlins coming up, which we can all be sorted out, ready for next year, but it's kind of chasing your tail. It happens in everything, you know. The machinery has been bashed, and as we say, in Monaco, well, you could hear it in the cockpit. They were literally pounding down. I feel sorry for the guys who are already sat out there, because we know how hot it is and how humid it is. So they're sat out there in their overalls, in their life vests, in full harnesses, and now we've got another, well, we're down to 4-minute delay now.
Yeah, as you can see at the bottom of the screen, so just under 5 minutes, and then this first qualifying race will be underway. We've had the qualifying time trials. They've now had to lock in the pilots as well for the pilot choice, and then they will alternate. So from this moment onwards, whoever's on board now will switch with their teammate for the next qualifying race or the next group race, wherever you are in the weekend as we move towards the finals, when the main points will be available. It's 41 points maximum over a weekend, 38 if you win the final on Sunday, but 3 will be available for the second qualifying race. We repeat, the next race coming up, the first of 2 qualifying races, they are not aiming for points. You cannot score points, but you can certainly get yourself in the best possible starting position for the group stages coming up here on Sunday morning. Shelley, we were talking earlier on in our coverage of the qualifying time trials about prop choice, and there's always 3 or 4 props available, aren't there, across each weekend. It feels like most are going for the larger prop here. Why would that be?
That is because it is a long, straight course, not many corners, not very tight corners. So bigger prop, more top speed in the straights, but not the best acceleration out of the corners. But as we've said, with these corners, you want to keep the E1 Racebird gliding around the corners, up on the foils, hardly turning at all. If you can sort of like skim it around the corners, a bit like, you know, when the cars drift, that's exactly what we're trying to do.
That man there has been a real star performer so far. That was Andre Solvang, the 21-year-old Norwegian pilot. Rusty Wyatt is not with us this weekend, and his regular teammate Katie Munnings is competing with Extreme E/Extreme H down in Saudi Arabia. So exciting to see Andre and Nerea Marti, who's just 23 years old, from just outside Valencia in Spain. Team Miami have a new lineup as well, one of whom, Giacomo Sacchi, is out there now for Italy. He's also an F2 star, isn't he, like Solvang? So some real quick F2 powerboat drivers, Shelley, coming up through the ranks and now adjusting to E1. If you're new to E1 here, but you have any boat experience, the trim is different, isn't it, in terms of up or down? So it basically has a different effect with these E1 Racebirds to a regular powerboat. But let's get ready for the serious business of the Group 1 stage now for the qualifying races. It's Nerea Marti. She is a rookie for Alula, but she has the best position on the inside line. John Peters, probably the best starter in the whole field for Team Blue Rising. They won in Monaco in July, their first ever win. Giacomo Sacchi of Monaco is in lane 3, and then Emme Kymäläinen, fingers crossed for them that the gearbox problems are a thing of the past. Now we're just hearing there's been a late change for Team Blue Rising. The timing screen says John Peters is in the boat, but we are reliably informed by our team here that it's actually Sarah Mizir who is on board, and sure enough, here is the pilot from Jamaica. So tactical things going on there as well, Shelley, I guess. They need to try and work out who you want in the boat, don't you, at each part of the weekend, because we're alternating from this moment onwards. So there is Sarah Mizir, former equestrian star, of course, recovering from a very big accident just a few years ago. She is ready to go. The race will start in just under 90 seconds time. We'll see it at the bottom of the screen when the clock counts down. If anyone goes too soon, they'll be given a penalty on the second lap. It's 6 laps in total, and who's going to get the best start? Boost is absolutely vital here. There's Sam Coleman watching on. Emma will be out there. They've got nothing to lose in a sense in terms of this weekend, but they do have that championship lead to try and maintain, 1 point ahead of Rafa. All they can do is try and win this first qualifying race to put themselves in the best position for their group stages. This is the 12th floor of the Black Diamond Hotel. This is where Mission Control is, and all of the teams based in there, look, inside the room as well as on the balcony. And here we go, 44 seconds and counting. You can see now at the bottom of your screen that will be underway in just over half a minute. Don't go too soon. We've seen people do this before. If you go too soon and have to back off, you will lose momentum. Alula going rather early, aren't they, with Nerea Marti? It's her first ever E1 start, and that's why she's backing off now, because she realizes what she's done. 20 seconds. Everybody else backing it. Look at Brady holding back there.
Brady, and watch Team Blue Rising. Look, here comes Brady storming through. Team Blue Rising up on the power there.
2 seconds, 1, and we are away. It's a clean start. Nobody went too soon, and Brady tried to turn their fortunes around here after gearbox problems in the qualifying time trial earlier today. And Emma Kimmerleinen giving everybody lots of space on the run down into turn 1. So Brady at the bottom of the screen, Blue Rising charging through. Emma did a very good job there to avoid contact. That is Blue Rising. Sarah Mizier now at the helm after a late change. It would have been John Peters, but they made a change at the last moment. They even had a problem before they got going, but great start for Blue Rising. We've got to say, Brady did a great job there to avoid contact down into turn 1.
Yeah, great start by Sarah Mizier there. We've seen it before. Team Blue Rising are very, very good at that acceleration and pulling away into the lead. Now they're in that clean water, which we've said time and time again is key. There are no short laps or long laps in this race today. So, oh, is this Team Brady coming up alongside Team Blue Rising? Yes, they are literally foil to foil.
Absolutely great stuff here in Nigeria as the sun gets lower in the sky as well, and that could cause some problems for the pilots. But this is great, isn't it? Our first racing action of the weekend. And it's Blue Rising on the right, Brady on the left after that excellent start. Third still is Giacomo Sanchi from Monaco for Miami in third place. Alula with Nerea Marti, one of the other rookies in the field. There's 5 of them in total. 2 of them are in this race. But Emma Kimmerleinen is boxing it very clever indeed. She's on the outside line.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a twitch there. You can see Team Blue Rising and Team Brady both really pushing and trying. And when you push too hard in the E1 Racebird, that's when it gets out of shape. I think that's Team Brady just moved into the lead there, so Emma has taken over Sarah.
So looking back from the 36-year-old pilot from Finland, this is exactly what they wanted. They know there's no points available in this race, but they've got to get themselves in a good lane position for the first of their group races when Sam Coleman jumps in tomorrow morning. Brady with the advantage. Fingers crossed for them that those gearbox problems don't come back to haunt them. You can see when the boost is being applied with these electric motors up on the foils. This is a great race so far for Brady. They do respond well, don't they, to a high pressure situation. Blue Rising are still second, but Miami looks to be closing in now as Giacomo builds his confidence. But look at Emma Kimmerleinen just pulling away from the rest of the field, and that's what a lead of almost 3 seconds looks like as we come towards the third of the 6 laps. But they know, don't they, there's every chance they're going to lose the championship lead when the second race gets underway with their rivals, so they've got to limit the damage for their lane position tomorrow morning. Seems very calm on board, doesn't it?
Emma has got great skill here. She has literally calmly pulled away from Team Blue Rising. She's now in that clean water. She knows there's no long lap or short lap to do, so she's just got to keep her nose clean, as it were, now, and drive the Racebird smoothly around the course, keep it up on the foils, no heroics, and just bring her home, because she has got an amazing lead there of, wow, 5. She's now 5 seconds ahead of Team Blue Rising.
Let's see if Miami can do anything about Blue Rising. Blue Rising riding the crest of a wave at the moment. Bit of a moment for your leader, but Blue Rising won for the first time ever in Monaco, but we've had to wait for 3 months since that last event back in July. Alula bringing up the rear of the field at the moment with Nerea Marti, her first ever race like this on water for the Spanish rally driver. There's Blue Rising coming around the end of the lap. That's a handy advantage, isn't it? And it's extending now to 9 seconds over Miami in second and third places. There's Alula there on the boost in the background. This is Team Miami, and they are going to their home event as the curtain comes down on this 25 season when we get there next month with 2 new pilots this weekend. And you're looking into the eyes now then of the F2 powerboat star Giacomo from Monaco. I have to say he's adapting very, very quickly to E1. He hasn't really had any dramatic moments at all from what we've seen in practice yesterday and all through the qualifying time trial. Shelley, you know him well, don't you, from the world of F2, and he's a real up-and-coming star there, and he's still only in his early 20s.
Yeah, very, very experienced racer, and as we've said, though, the experienced racers come over to E1 and it's a whole new ball game for them to learn here. So very, very different. I'm wondering if Team Alula has got some slight problem, because they are so far behind. They are literally they're over, over half a minute behind there.
I think you might be absolutely right. They are slowing here, aren't they? Definitely with Nerea Marti. And are they going to be out of this race? She's trying her best to keep going, but there was definitely a loss of speed there, wasn't there? Coming out of the left-hander at turn 1.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the boat's got a problem or whether, you know, bless her, she is just trying to learn how to control the E1 race bird. Every time you drop the hull into the water or the wing is taking the water, you are losing speed. Like you can see there, the water pushing through the wing there, and she is just losing speed.
Well, it definitely can't be easy. It's a completely new challenge for her. She's used to racing cars. She does a lot of work with BMW and the W Series in the past, and also racing on the Formula 1 tracks alongside all of the Formula 1 team principals who were watching on as well in the F1 Academy. And it's actually not beyond the realms of possibility that they might go a lap down, because Brady are coming up to them as we start the 6th and final lap of this first qualifying race. I'm sure Emma won't do anything to this. She'll probably hold back. She'll know she's got an enormous lead now of almost 18 seconds. But they'll be praying to get to the end, because Brady had technical problems with the gearbox failing earlier on in the qualifying time trials.
But we've got a brand new gearbox. They did an amazing change during the time trials, and it looks like with the new one on, she is home and dry, as they say.
Wales' finest there, Sam Coleman, looking on, keeping as calm as he possibly can, looking down from that brilliant view they have of the Lagos Lagoon from the 12th floor of the hotel. As I say, they are coming up to Alula, but Brady now just half a lap away. They were thrown a real variable, weren't they, into the mix earlier on with those gearbox issues. But as Shelley says, they've changed the gearbox. They just missed out on getting in a great time, and that could have cost them a potential 3 points today, because no points are available in this race. But as we look through now the golden sunshine of the evening here in Nigeria, Brady have recovered from gearbox problems earlier on in the qualifying time trials. Emma Kimmerleinen out of the last corner to win the first racing action, and they're absolutely delighted, as you can hear from the team radio in the background. Just the way to bounce back from the technical problems of earlier on. In terms of pilot performance and the team as well under pressure, it's been a great day so far for Brady. It's going to be second for Team Blue Rising after their late tactical switch of pilots from John Peters. Sarah Mizier, the Jamaican pilot, jumped into the boat, and she's second. And now Giacomo for Miami making his way home. What a great start for him. He's showing real maturity, isn't he? Hasn't made any mistakes so far, Shelley, and that's a solid third place for him. Beautifully timed as well on the boost as he crosses the line. Perfect. The boost runs out just as he crosses the line. That's the way to do it, because with these long straight sections here at Lagos, you need to time the boost. It's more important than ever before. Right, let's jump on board and catch up with Emma. Emma and Team Brady, you've had your challenges as pilots and a team so far today, but you've responded beautifully. Well done. What a start as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was a fun race. We've had our challenges. We've had setbacks before, but we will definitely bounce back.
Emma, I have to ask, were you running down to quickly test the gearbox after the time trials, or were you going to try and get a quick lap in with Sam?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I was parking the boat at the same time, and that took all my attention.
But Emma, you're a lady, you can multitask. Were you running down to test the gearbox, or were you hoping that Sam would get a lap in on the time trials?
Yes, Sam definitely did get a good lap in, and he checked the boat was good, so I was able to trust it, and yeah, we bounced back from here, and next is over to Sam tomorrow.
Thank you very much indeed, Emma, and yeah, over to Sam in the morning. You can relax now. Great stuff then for the 36-year-old from Finland, and as I say, as a team, they really have responded brilliantly under the most horrible pressure earlier on, when there were all sorts of question marks over their participation for the rest of this event, and they've proved that they can deal with a scare like that. Emma there winning by 20.9 seconds. That was a big win over Sarah Mizier for Team Blue Rising in second place. And it was Giacomo Sacchi in third position, and Nerea Marti from Spain. So the Monegasque and Spanish pilots completing the field. Marti really, excuse the pun, thrown in at the deep end and learning all the time. It's a bit of an extended test for her at the moment, but doing a good job, not making mistakes, picking up the pace gradually as the weekend progresses and getting there step by step. What this does now is put them, Brady that is, in the best possible position for their Group Stage 1 race tomorrow. And every race now, as we build it to the final at the end of the weekend where the real points are available, when it's 38 for a victory, every race is about lane position, your starting position for the next race, and you really do need to be on that inside line. Having said that, Brady, great tactics. Emma clearly there decided to keep herself out of trouble, held right back as John Peters did. Well, not quite as bad as John Peters in Monaco because he had a problem, but held right back and just came shooting past everybody on the boost, but then gave Blue Rising the space, didn't she, Shelley, down into turn 1 to make sure they didn't touch, because we've seen some incidents into turn 1 earlier in the year. I mean, brilliant spatial awareness there from Emma. She knew exactly what was going on around her.
Yeah, and she very cleverly, once she'd got past the boat, she then came in, shut the door on them and got her the space, and then it was only Team Blue Rising that she had to deal with.
Saunders CB is down there.
Emma, after the challenges of this morning, the first thing you needed to do was nail that performance, and that's exactly what you did. But now, what's the strategy for the rest of the weekend?
Oh, well, we don't know. We're trying to just win whatever, all of the heats and races, and then we go from there. Like, yeah, we're definitely bouncing back.
It's a super decisive week in the E1 Championship here. Lots of points, essential points on the line. Now you've got to make it real and keep yourself in the mix.
Exactly, but I kind of like this kind of situation where you really hit the setbacks. The walls are built ahead of you, and then you just need to think again how to build the door into that wall. And then just big shout out to our guys, like the mechanics and a lots of other people who helped us to get the boat ready, to even trying at the time trials. It was amazing, and now we got a boat. It was amazing to race with it. I absolutely love that kind of racing, and now we just take one race at a time.
You can see you were enjoying it in the cockpit, and now down to Sam tomorrow.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I 100% trust Sam, and we have a great team. So it's amazing. Yeah.
Well done again. Thanks, Emma.
Thank you so much.
It's always debatable, of course, but without doubt, Tom Brady's team have one of the strongest lineups here in E1. And one thing Emma's also told us is that motherhood has changed her a lot in recent years. She doesn't worry as much now as she used to about the small things, and definitely under pressure, as we've seen so far here, they excel. So Brady lead the way. They're limiting the damage. Blue Rising second from Miami and Alula, who will have work to do when we get into the group stages here on Sunday morning. Now the sun's continuing to set now here at Lagos. So great
business education courses intended to assist professionals, entrepreneurs, and mid to senior level managers launch their careers and expose them to cutting-edge skills, knowledge needed to thrive in a global business environment. We offer master's and doctorate programs, and our courses ranges from MBA, HR, marketing, data science, agribusiness, project management, and more. All our programs are accredited and ranked high by top-ranking institutions globally. You can take any of our courses online and on campus, making it easy for you to juggle learning with your job. Don't put your professional development on hold. Your future awaits. Build it with us. To get started, visit us at www.romebusinessschool.ng. Write us info@romebusinessschool.ng or call 090-6755-6524. Rome Business School. Better managers for better world.
We are about the only company today in this country that guarantees that there will be millionaires across the country every week.
We at Cash Token Rewards Africa believe in growth, endless possibilities, and rewarding loyalty at every stage of life.
You have been rewarded for buying data?
No.